Apple has just made a shocking announcement. Next week, they are launching a new iPhone, a new MacBook, and a new iPad. Without clapping, no stage, no whooping audience, and no Tim Cook waving from a drone. Just a press release and an email. And honestly, this is the best idea they have had in years. Hey, I'm Tim and welcome to this week's No Hype Tech News for regular people like you and I, and this is the latest episode of what I think we should start to call 5 Minute Friday. This is where within 5 minutes I'm going to give you the highlights of the tech news from the past week, all the good stuff, none of the bad stuff, and none of the fluff that goes with so many of these things. So then, this non-event is actually brilliant. Apple is finally separating the pro stuff from the normal stuff. When they launch a £3,000 virtual reality headset, they need the theatre to convince you that it's not ridiculous. But next week, they're launching the sensible trinity. The stuff normal people actually buy, and sensible stuff doesn't need fireworks, it just needs to work and be reasonably priced. So first up then is the iPhone 17e or SE4 or whatever they decide to call it on Tuesday. Now, we dived into this in episode 1 of No Hype Tech News, so I won't bore you with the specs again, but the bottom line, it's the chassis of an iPhone 14, the brain of an iPhone 16, and the price of, well, hopefully not a kidney. It's the phone you buy for your children, your parents, or yourself if you've realised that paying £1,000 just to scroll Instagram is excessive. It's coming Tuesday, it will be fine, let's move on. Now the real story here is the laptop. Rumour has it we are finally getting a new low-cost MacBook. And when I say low-cost, I mean Apple low-cost. So it's still expensive, but not sell your car expensive. The rumour has it that this is going to be about a £600-ish MacBook aimed at students and the education market, which is good. So why does this matter to us? Well, because for the last 5 years or so, if you wanted to buy a Mac, you had to buy a Pro machine with power that you'd never use, or the Air version that just doesn't have enough USB-C connections. Now, if they release a basic MacBook with sensible battery life and decent I/O that can run Excel and YouTube without overheating, that's the computer 90% of the world actually needs. Pro users, they're going to hate it. They're going to complain about the bezels around the screen or something. Ignore them. Finally though, the iPad 12th Gen. Again, the rumour is boring. Same design, faster chip, and maybe support for the new Apple Intelligence features. But this is the Netflix in the bath tablet. It doesn't need to edit 4K video. It just needs to not crash when you've got 50 tabs open looking for your holiday flights. So if you're still holding on to an iPad from 2019 that takes 10 minutes to open the BBC News app, next week is for you. So, should you care? Yes, because this is the first time in years Apple has launched a whole suite of products that aren't trying to change the world. They're just trying to be affordable tools. No titanium, no action button, just stuff that works. Now I'll be tracking these prices when the emails actually drop next week to see if budget actually means budget or if budget means it's only £700. So if you want to know if the new MacBook is actually worth it, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments. Do you miss the big stage presentation that Apple normally do? Or are you happy to just read the specs in the email and then get on with your life? Alright, as ever, thanks for watching, stay active, and I'll see you next week.